Hey Dave and Matthew, listen, I just put together this document. I thought let me do it now while it's all fresh in my head, otherwise, I'm not going to get as much of a chance to work on this. So I wanted to just put this in and go through my logic with you. Um, so I'm displaying this all in a mobile phone, so it's not an app. But I thought let it be a system that you guys can also use from your phone so that you don't have to go to the computer and get onto a browser. You'll just be able to browse to a web page. So effectively you'll have a menu called cars, manage rates, resellers, and standard commission. Now you'll probably need to get a login still, so we'll have to do a login for you because we don't want anyone just to go to this interface. So let's say you click on cars. What you'll do is you can add new cars here. So as you add in cars, you'll add them here, and I've written specifically if any car needs to be quarantined, then set the switch to off. So in this case I've set the switch to off for Cobra 3, and the reason is, let's say it needs to go into the workshop for 2 days or 5 days, whatever it is. So you don't want it to be available to be booked. And I said, yeah, this means that nobody can reserve this car. So you'll need to remember that you'll have to switch it on once you get it back. When you click on edit on any of these cars, I'm going to edit Cobra 3 as an example. I'm now in Cobra 3 and I can replace the image. Okay, I don't know if this is your Cobra 3, but let's assume it is. And you can also switch it off from here. But the main aim is to just replace the image. Down the line you may have different rates for different cars, but I'm just keeping things simple. And if you click back, it takes you back to here. Okay. So remember, you can add new cars. Then you've got a thing called manage rates. So in the menu it says manage rates, and when you click here it will go to a page called manage rates. Now I think I've got the numbers right, but it doesn't matter, you'll be able to change them. So right now I just want to go through the bottom half of this section and then I'll go through the top. So your standard rate per kilometer is R7.50, and you can update that if necessary, and your refundable deposit is 15,000. Then I've put the actual rate for each of these cars. So a half day is 2150, a full day is 2850, 2 days is 5,500. Notice I didn't put 4 days, okay, but you can always add it. So let's say you wanted to add a 4-day thing here. You'll add and you'll type in here 4 days, a 4 days, right? You'll then put in the rate and you'll put in the deposit required. So here's this column here is your deposits required. Okay, just undoing that. Okay, and then what you need to also do in this block here is specify the number of days. So if it's a half day, you'll put in 0.5. If it's 4 days, you'll put in 4. Okay, then the other thing is you can also have a Christmas special or certain specials that come onto your page, and then you can add them here, and then you can take them off and delete them when you don't want them anymore. Okay, then you've got in your menu called standard commissions. Okay, so I've set up the standard commissions. You will then, if these aren't the commissions you pay, then you will just go in and change all of these. So anyone who resells for you, you will set the commissions for. Okay, so those are your standard commissions. Sorry Dave, you just phoned while I was busy making this video for you. Now I've put here that you're updating the commission for all resellers to be the same. Now if you change, let's say for your 5-day commission and you want it to be 1,200 Rand, you can update for all resellers. We must just speak about this, okay? Or this will become your standard commission going forward. I'm just going to add that button, 1 second. Okay, don't worry about that. We have to discuss that. So that's standard commission. Okay, now so then you go to resellers. When you click on resellers, let's go here. You can search for a reseller. At the bottom here you can see you can also add a reseller. So we'll go to add a reseller just now, and here's resellers, and you can see the resellers that you've got and how much money you owe them. But if you don't owe them anything, you've got it, it's under settled and it's got a tick. So in this case you owe Mark Twain 760 Rand. Okay, if you want to just show unsettled resellers, it will only show Mark Twain and whoever you haven't unsettled, whoever hasn't been settled. And you'll be able to search for a reseller by using their name, cell, or email address. Okay, so I want to just go to adding a reseller. When you add a reseller, you put in the reseller's name, the reseller's cell number, and their reseller's email address. You can update the commission value specifically for this reseller. However, it is ideal to try and keep all resellers at the same standard commission. By default, all new resellers get the standard commission. So when you add a reseller, it comes here and it automatically populates the standard commission. However, if you want to change this reseller slightly to say, okay, he gets 5,000 Rand there, then you can do that. And you can add this reseller and the commission will work out for this reseller itself. Okay. We've been through the reseller search, but now I want to edit a reseller. So when I click on edit a reseller, it goes into the reseller detail. Now here you've got Mark Twain. Here's his cell number, you can update it. His email, you can update it. And we will generate a link automatically for this reseller. So when this reseller uses this link, we'll be and you can send it, he gets this link and you can send it to him. And I'll show you how that works just now. But the purpose of this is every reseller has a unique number, and that means we'll be able to track the commission that resellers deserve. Remember, you can see the commissions, okay? And now you can also see that you owe them 700, this guy 700 Rand. You can settle the amount to 0. So you go to the guy, you give him his 700 bucks, you set it to 0, and boom, it will say you owe 0 money. Okay. If you want to see the detail of this, okay, you'll click there and you'll be able to see what deals he's given you. And here's the reason why you owed him the 700 Rand, because there was a client named Michael Jackson. He took a 3-day rental. The commission is 700 bucks and it's got an X, but when you pay it, and you can also settle from here, it will put a tick and it will put the date right here, so then you'll know. The nice thing is as well is we'll make this page available to that agent as well, that reseller, so he can always check what's due to him, etc., so that he never has to ask you, and it's always very, very transparent between all of you. Now remember I told you there's that link, this link here. Well, the reseller also has this reseller page, so if he goes to that page, right, this is what he sees, okay, except the difference is he might be talking to a customer right now. So let's say he's got two options. He can quickly put in the customer's cell number to say, hey, let me send you these Cobra guys details. He puts in the cell number of the customer, right, and he hits send. The customer will get a unique link to this guy's form. Really, he's just getting a link to this exact page here, okay, but an SMS goes to the customer. Now we have to send that SMS through the system. Then what happens is the guy doesn't have to do anything. Mark Twain, the reseller, doesn't have to do anything. The client will do it there and then. The other option is if the reseller says, no, let me do it for you, and he clicks on the form where he says go to form, and then he starts filling in the form for the client. Now this is the reseller filling it for the client, but it's the exact same as if the client filled it in himself. But right now we're tracking the reseller getting the commission out of this deal. So the booking form looks like this. The user can select half day 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. or half day 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. It shows the rates based on the deal on what products you're selling. And it also is saying a booking deposit of 850 Rand and a refundable deposit. Now I've put here a refundable deposit, 15,000 Rand refundable deposit is due. I mean, we must change all of this. We have to agree on this, the fine details here, on the wording and everything. Is due when collecting the car. So the guy's chosen, he wants 2 days. He knows he's in for 5,500. He knows there's a booking deposit and that there's also 15,000 Rand refundable deposit. Now he needs to select a date. Now notice that there's reds. Okay, ignore this red here. Okay, the reds mean that based on 2 days, these dates are not available. So you'll have to choose other dates. Okay, so let's say he chooses the 29th. It then goes and carries on and says, okay, well on the 29th these cars are available. So he can choose his color car. He puts in his details, his name, cell number, email address. Okay, and then it remembers, okay, you got a 2-day booking. Now it's 5,500. Your booking deposit is 850. We know the deposit's 850 because we've set that in the system. Okay. The guy, so he knows he's got a deposit of 850, which he's going to pay now, and due on collecting the car, you're telling him that when he collects the car, he's got to pay the balance. Now, whether you're going to collect the balance now or pay the full amount now, whatever. Right now, I'm just saying pay the 850 now. Okay, because the rest you want to maybe get cash at the time. You can put in his credit card details, his CVV, and process it. And then effectively your booking's done. Now technically that's most of what you have to do. There are reports that you need, so it's not the smallest thing in the world to do, but I think we can see what's actually involved in what you're having to do manually and why it's actually taking up a lot of time. So it's just for discussion, and maybe, you know, these other guys from the helicopter one have a system that you can actually get. I just don't want this to be too hectic price wise, but you can see what's actually involved. Again, Dave, I'll sort it out to squeeze the guys as best as I can for you, brother. I'm not looking at making one zack out of it, so I'll squeeze them for you, but just know that it looks a little bit big ish, but it's not too bad. So remember, they have to do payment gateway integration, and you kind of want to get a report on what vehicles are out, you know, what vehicles are out when, by which clients, what their cell numbers are. So I haven't even drawn up those screens, but this is just the process to manage the resellers and to manage everything online, so you can get the deposit and stop worrying about dealing with the bookings. So even if a client sends you tries to phone you from however they get to you, you can literally WhatsApp them your link. So even yourself should have a link, so you can see. And then Facebook will have its own link, Twitter will have its own link, so you can track what deals are coming through which one. You won't need to pay Twitter and you won't need to pay yourself commission, but effectively this should help you grow quite a big reseller channel. Yeah, brother, I'm really excited for you on this business, and I really want it to be amazing. So just any questions, let me know. Cool, brother. Cheers.